This is a series of short lectures on the periodic table. The first thing to note is that the periodic table is simply a listing of all of the elements in a tabular form. Each element is represented by a box in the periodic table. We'll take this one for example. Within that box is the symbol of the element, B for boron in this case. The number above the symbol is the atomic number, 5 for boron, and then the number down below is the atomic mass, and the average mass of an atom of boron. You will notice that some elements, particularly those towards the bottom of the periodic table, we'll just take this one for example, has, instead of a decimal number below, has a number in brackets. That number in brackets is the mass number of the most stable isotope of that element. And in those cases, the element itself is not stable. Some of the elements down below here, that particular series, are all artificially made. They seem to be discovering new ones every year. However, most of them are very short-lived and don't really exist long enough to do any chemistry, so there is very little point in even including them in the periodic table. The elements are listed in order, in rows, going up in atomic number. So notice we start with, the first row has 2 elements. Start with 1, and 2 is at the end of the row. The next row starts with lithium 3 and goes up to neon 10, right there. And the next row starts with sodium 11 and goes up to argon 18. Notice that the rows tend to get longer as we go down the periodic table. And so the row beyond this has a total of 18 elements, and as does the next row. And then notice when we get to this element, to barium, element 56, we go down here to element 57, and those elements are listed below the main part of the periodic table, and after element 70 we go back to 71 here. There's nothing particularly special about that other than the fact that this is done simply to keep the periodic table from getting too wide and unwieldy. The periodic table is organized the way it is because so that elements in the same column have similar properties. The columns here, this is a column, is called a group. So we have many groups going across the periodic table, and later I'll say more about the structure and names of the groups. The rows are called periods, and this is period 1, which has only 2 elements. Period 2 has 8 elements, and so forth. So period 2, period 3, period 4, period 5, period 6.